about that run into turn number 3. What did you see? What were the options?
I didn't have anywhere to really go, but it's my bad for kind of being a little bit on the late side. I was gaining a bit of time, and they just checked up a little bit more than I anticipated in the last bit, and I wasn't coming with that much more speed, but I just couldn't slow it down on the last part. So sorry to the team and sorry to Kyle, because that didn't help him either. But yeah, on to the next one.
Thanks, Callum.
Chalk back with Kevin Lee.
Unfortunately, out early. First, there was the issue on pit lane that got you a lap down, and then what happened that put you out for good?
Yeah, well, I got onto the marbles. I had to get by Santino because if Palou would get us, we were going to go a lap down. My push to pass was disabled as expected because we were a lap down, and yeah, I was pretty boxed in what I could do, and it was either race over or try and get past, but ended up being race over. So it is what it is, and honestly, our race went upside down on that pit stop, and yeah, all downhill from there. So it is what it is. We'll move on to Road America.
Thanks, Pato.
You can hear the dejection.
Graham Rahal also out of this race. I guess we could say in your long career there is a first time for everything. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, just don't know. Obviously, just got I got a lot of understeer. I mean, it's on me. I need to obviously see the tape and understand. But as I was just saying to Kathy, it's just I'm just disappointed in myself with all the errors this weekend, just not driving well. And it's hard when you're in a position like this. It's hard to escape to figure out why, but ultimately it's on me. You got to perform a heck of a lot better than that. Particularly on a day like this, it's just not typical of me. I know you've got to stay on the dance floor, and I just don't, I don't know what to say. We weren't good, obviously. Even in the race, we were in pretty bad shape, but it's just it's disappointing. And sorry to United Rentals, to Fifth Third Bank, to Fleet Cost Care, all of our big partners that have committed so much to this program. It's been a really tough couple of months, and we need a reset. I need a reset, and I need to come back much, much stronger in Road America.
Thanks, Graham.
Well, when this wraps up here,
was Marcus Ericsson, who ended the day in 9th position on a little bit different strategy, but that was kind of dictated by you had to come in a little bit different time early.
Yeah, we had a strange first stint. We did a really good start, overtook a couple of cars in the start, and was settling in nicely in 5th, and then suddenly from one lap, the tires were just gone, completely gone, which was weird because this morning we did a long run on the greens, had no tire wear, so it was really, really strange. Caught us off guard because we had to, we had to box because we were just hanging on and then couldn't really drive around. So had to go to a 3-stopper, and on this place with the difficulty to overtake, we had to, come back from 16th, 17th, and sort of fight our way back to a top 10. So overall, still, happy with that sort of recovery, but it was a tough afternoon for sure.
And I don't think your car was immune from a little tick here, a little tick there. How hard was it to get through the streets of Detroit this weekend?
It was very hard. The streets here are bumpy and rough, and the walls are hard, and I feel like I got hit from each side and front and back, and I was in the wall with the left and the right side, so it was a proper fight out there, proper street fight, but it was fun. It's a fun race, but yeah, that first stint just hurt us a lot, but still happy we could recover and do another top 10. It's just 7 top 10s in a row to start the season, so pretty happy with that still.
And you eyeballed the points real quick. Still doable from where you are?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Alex is looking strong. He's driving fantastic, and congrats his win today, and to Ganassi for that. But we're in the hunt. We're P2. I'm excited. It's a long season, so let's do it.
Attitude's good. Let's get it done, Lee.
3 of the top 4.
Another 8th place finish. He's finished every lap this season. Tell me about your day surviving the Concrete Canyon.
Yes, it was a very eventful day. I was ready for it, to be fair, because leading up to this race, I think the biggest comparison to this circuit was probably Nashville, and we all knew how chaotic Nashville was in the past. So it was a race of survival, really, and I think we did a decent job of that. But honestly, I'm a little bit frustrated because our car was so fast today, and we were capable of so much more. So I think it's a good sign for the future.
Well done. 8th place for Marcus Armstrong today. Marty.
Kevin, I want to show you the scene from
before that, Marty. You were talking about contact on the track. Some of the other contact was between Romain Grosjean and Scott McLaughlin. How did that affect your day finishing 7th, Scott?
Oh, destroyed it. Basically, we got into turn 1 there. The pit entry is a little bit awkward, but he just dove straight for the apex. I was sort of committed to try and you know, I was braking as deep as I could, and he just went straight to the apex, and I had nowhere to go. So, I mean, yeah, there's a duty of care there from all of us to get out of there cleanly, and I just don't think he really cared where I was, just turned across my nose. But it is what it is. Gallagher Chevy was fast. Just last few laps, man. On the last restart, we hammered through them. I think we started like 12th, something, come through to 7th. So reasonable recovery, but yeah, overall pretty gutted with the day.
I mean, it seems like it's more frustrating because you and I talked about it. You came in with the right attitude. You believed you could pass cars here, and your car was good.
Yeah, it was, and he got me at the start, and I think someone hit me at the start. I can't remember who, and it sort of upset me. And Grosjean got the inside, and then he was really slow on his greens, and it just pushed us back in the black tire, and yeah, it sort of from there it was just a fight. But I think we would have come out, you know, behind Rossi or something like that. But you know, overall, really proud of the guys and girls. They gave me a great car and a really good bounce back weekend. But unfortunately, it felt like, you know, it could have been a little bit better.
Well done hanging on, Kevin.
Kyle Kirkwood had a really impressive recovery. Hit at the beginning. You're at the back. How did you end up 6th? Maybe with a chance for more.
Yeah, you know, we stuck with our gut there. We had a really fast race car. We've known that all weekend long. So we kind of used that to our advantage there. We had some really close racing there. I got hit in behind right there, as you saw. So we cycled back to 27th, which was super unfortunate, but that's part of IndyCar sometimes. Sometimes it's out of your control, and I've had a lot of those this year, unfortunately. But we stuck with our gut. We did the same strategy we planned on doing, and it cycled us in the front of a lot of cars. We were able to pass a lot of cars because of our pace, and we had great pit stops. So, I mean, everything kind of played in our favor there. We cycled out to P6, which I thought was phenomenal. I was very happy with that. I was ready to finish right there. I was kind of ready for that race to be over with, to be honest. And we had those couple yellows there at the end, and everyone was just throwing haymakers, and I was just trying to stay out of it, keep my nose clean, because I figured something would happen. Nearly cycled out into P3 on one of the first restarts. But yeah, no, we ended up 6th. We stayed 6th the entire time, and I was just happy to finish that race in the top 10. That was just my second best IndyCar finish, so I'll take it from being 27th early on today.
Pretty good for Kyle Kirkwood on street races. He won at Long Beach and comes home with a 6th here today, Marty.
Let's talk with this, Dave.
Marty checking in now with Alexander Rossi. He's been talking it over with the crew. It was a day that went from 13th to 5th, and then 5th to 2nd, and then 2nd back to 5th with a little, I'd say, aggressive driving from you and your teammate out there. How do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got given those spots kind of on that third to last restart. So we kind of inherited 2nd and then kind of ended up back where we started. So it was a good day overall. You know, I think the pace was good. I think the team did an amazing job in pit lane. The strategy was right. I'm happy with everything. So, yeah, we'll take on our top 5 and move on to Road America.
So you're the new guy there, McLaren. Did you feel like that was good racing with Felix?
We'll discuss it internally.
Very good. Understand. It's a day that saw a lot of action out there in this one between teammates, Marty.
Let's chat with Felix
here today. The 6-time champion Scott Dixon comes home 4th. What did you take away from your day? I know you felt like you had a fast car. Did you have a chance to move forward?
Yeah, I definitely think the PNC Bank number 9 was probably the quickest car, to be honest. You know, it was so easy to stay close. We could kind of close gas when we needed to, but, you know, track position was key. And we had to burn a lot of OT, especially on the first few laps, obviously on the green tire there that was wearing out and trying to keep people behind. And then the first pit stop exchange, we pitted early and then obviously had a lot of overlap going on. So, yeah, with the 12, you know, sorry to him for collecting him. You know, I think he kind of paid back with the dive bomb into 5, which, you know, whatever is what it is. But yeah, on that last stop, I think I should have used more OT to clear the 12 and make that a bit easier, and then, you know, had the pace with the 10. But huge congrats to Alex and the team on the 10 car side. They've been super fast and you know, drove super well today. So it was definitely hairy there at the end, man.
There are always a lot of unknowns with the new event, especially a street course. What did you take away from this? What did you think?
It's wild, man. I had a lot of fun. You know, the car was super difficult. The track was difficult. You know, I like to call it, had a lot of character. You know, it was interesting, but very difficult on the restarts. And, you know, then these things aren't meant to be easy. So I had a lot of fun, just frustrated with how my day went and not getting the most out of, you know, a really good car.
Scott Dixon moves from 5th to 4th in the championship, Marty.
Situation. Alex said we'll discuss it internally. Your take on your move on Alexander Rossi, where he kind of ran him wide. Was it fair racing in your opinion?
I mean, I was on the inside, and he squeezed me quite a lot on the first apex, so I had to run into him. Otherwise, I was going to clip the left wall, and you know, on the exit, it's just you're racing out of the corner. So I think I was a fair bit ahead. So I mean, yeah. He played it hard on entry, and I played it hard on exit, so I think it was fair. I mean, we'll discuss it. It's never optimal to do that with teammates, but if you race hard, you have to race hard back, so it's all good.
Is this one of those things, considering where you are, Felix, you don't have a ride for next year? You have to fight for every inch that you can get for yourself?
I mean, I race the same every race. I don't think there's anything to do with the future. I mean, I'm not worried about my future. I'm racing as hard as I can every race, and I mean, it's always tough out there in IndyCar. Like, and I shouldn't be ashamed of being elbows out. So I think it's all fair play. IndyCar is tough, and obviously I don't want to race teammates too much. It's never fun, but that's the way it is. And you know, it's IndyCar.
And you agree with Alex? This is something you'll have a chat about, maybe even today with him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's something you want to talk about. I mean, he raced. I mean, he's hard but fair, and I think I'm the same. You know, we never want to put each other in the wall or anything, and unfortunately we race each other every race this year. We've kind of been around each other, so you know, it's a good luxury to have. We're normally at the front in our McLaren, and yeah, that's how it is.
Another great showing for Felix Rosenqvist. He had to fight the other side of that story with willpower. What was your take on the contact with Scott Dixon? He said you paid him back a little bit later.
The contact, yeah, I didn't even know he was there. I feel bad if it affected his race. I was on the outside. I was going to cut back to try to get Palou in the next corner, and then obviously I felt the contact. I'd like to see it. Yeah, I didn't want that. Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that totally. Yeah, he just went in deep, and it is slippery there. Got into me. I thought it was over then because I couldn't get out of neutral. Anyway, made sure I got back up the inside of him the next one. Yeah, great day. I did everything I could to get Palou. I just couldn't. He's too quick, man. Too good today.
Talk to me about all those restarts, Will. Were you thinking with each one, I'm going to try something different? Certainly something's going to work.
That second one where Dixon got into me, I'd already showed Palou my trick to throw it back down the inside, so I figured he's going to cover there. So I was kind of I didn't know exactly what to do there. I kind of committed to the outside to cut back, and then didn't think someone would get into me, but that's racing, man. This is IndyCar right now. It's so tough, and I'm just so grateful and blessed to do this for a living. And there's never a day where you can complain about this, no matter where you finish, even if you don't finish. It's a great job.
I have to ask you about your new best friend, Flava Flav. I mean, he was literally across from your pit stall all day long, hanging over the railing, trying to cheer you to victory. There he is right there cheering you on.
That is the highlight of the weekend. Flava Flav wearing my shirt, man. And he came on the truck on the parade lap. And, like, the people back in Toowoomba, my friends, are like, dude, just quit racing now. You have made the top. We all used to listen to Public Enemy, and they would never believe that I would actually be hanging out with Flava Flav. That is nuts.
I got to tell on you, he told Tim Cindric yesterday, you have one job this weekend, and it's to get Flava Flav over here to hang out with me. He not only hung out with you, now he's the biggest willpower fan on the planet.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go to Vegas and hang out with him. I have to go out, and yeah, maybe we'll do a rap together.
There you go, Dave. Kevin is not Flava Flav's best friend is willpower.
So before that,
coming out here in Victory Lane. So, Alex, on a weekend when you said the track was too tight, too many bumps, too much traffic, how did you make it look so easy?
Oh, man, the number 10 Ridgeline Lubricants car was on point today. Honda gave us everything we needed with fuel mileage and all the power, so super proud of the job we did. Was tricky at the end, man, with those tires. Couldn't really get into temperature, but super proud.
Barry Wanzer comes in with a hug.
Awesome.
Yeah, so talk to me about those final few restarts. How worried were you? Because power got by you on one of them when you had that gearbox issue.
Yeah, I mean, we had an issue that probably was my fault, but then it got stuck there. Couldn't really upshift.
The boss, Chip Ganassi, comes in as well.
And then he was on alternate, so I couldn't really get into temperature. So, yeah, proud that we got it back and that we got another win this year.
You are now plus 51 in the championship standings. Is this starting to feel like your championship year, Alex?
No, not yet. It's too early. I mean, I wish we could say that, but yeah, we'll keep focused on next few races. There's a few that I really love coming now, so yeah, we'll keep on pushing.
Were you carrying a little extra motivation after what was a very frustrating 500 when you felt like you had the car to beat this weekend?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I wasn't really frustrated. It's Indy. We know how difficult it is to win, so I was proud that we made a huge comeback, that we had one of the best cars, if not the fastest. So happy that we're now on victory lane again.
Alex Palou, dominant here on the streets of Detroit, gets his second win in the last 3 races, Dave.
Who wins the Chevrolet Grand Prix of Detroit?
Awesome job.
Boy, he had to withstand some pressure. Multiple restarts over the course of 7 yellows. That was frantic. It was at times chaotic, but Alex Palou prevails.
Great job, Alex. Great job.
Big sigh of relief here.